Living here in Southern California, the pool is basically a permanent part of our backyard lifestyle. But the reality is, year-round use is year-round cleaning, especially with the winds and debris always getting in the pool. Usually that means we're either out here with a net every single morning or stuck paying a professional service week after week. I wanted to find a better way to keep my water swim ready without constant hassles. So I've been testing out the iGarden K60. What really caught my attention is that its whole philosophy is built around stripping away all of the fluff to focus on what actually matters. We're talking durability and high value performance. It's currently one of the top rated robotic cleaners on Amazon. And I think a lot of that has to do with it actually being affordable and not thousands of dollars like the other brands out there. Today, I'm gonna show you how this handles the floors, the walls, and even the water line. So you can decide if this is the right smart investment to take the manual labor out of your maintenance routine. All right, so here is everything we are getting in the box. We start with the quick start guide, going over everything and how it works. We got front and back. Back here is going to show us the setup. And then as far as what we're getting in the box, we have got our power supply right here. So that is going to plug in to the pool vacuum. And then we've got a hook. The hook is going to be used to attach to a pole in case you need to pull this out. So to do that, you'll hook on right here, and that will allow us to pull this guy out. This is the pool vacuum and what it looks like, and I want to go over the hardware of what it actually has. So right here on the front, we have got our front sensors. We've got also sensors here on both sides of the unit. So we've got side sensors right there. Now, inside of the unit itself, it does also have a water sensor in here, so it knows when it's in and out of the water. When it goes into the water, it'll start working. When you pull it up and out of the water, it'll go ahead and turn itself off. We've also got a gyroscope inside here, and it also has another sensor inside that is called the IMU sensor. And essentially what this sensor is that it acts like an inner ear for the device. So it allows it to track its movement, its orientation, its positioning in 3D space to know its location in the pool. Now, this thing right here also has a cleaning area of 6,200 square feet. We have a single pump here on the back. So a single pump back there, and opening it up here, we can see it's got a 4-liter debris basket. So a massive debris basket right here that'll open up for you to empty all the debris that it catches. Taking a look at the tracks on the side, we have got nice big tracks here on the side. We've got our 2 brushes right here on the front. And if I flip this guy over, we have got a lock and unlock. So when you are setting this up, we do have to put it into the unlock position. That's going to be for the initial setup. We've got our suction port right down here for sucking up all of our debris. And then right down here on this side, this is going to be the port. Pull that out for charging this guy up. Now, I also want to show you the touchscreen on the front right here too. So we'll get it flipped over right here. You can see the touchscreen. It's kind of hard to see. I was doing this in the shade, so maybe you guys can get a better view of that. We have got our different buttons. So we've got a power button right here. We have got our schedule button. We do have the turbo button right here, and that is going to give us over 200% more suction than we were out of just the normal suction out of this guy right here. We've got our different modes with the modes button, AI timer, which is going to allow us to select how often we want this thing to go. So we got 24, 48, or 72 hours for every time this guy's gonna run. We've got the error section right here, which is gonna show any potential codes that may be happening. And then we have got our battery indicator too, which is showing us how much battery is left with this guy. Okay, let's talk about some more of the features that the K60 is capable of. First off, it has a 6-hour runtime per charge. This is going to allow it to cover everything from small to large pools in just one charge. There's no need to lift it out or charge it up mid-cycle. Inside of our vacuum is a 5.7 amp hour or 192 watt hour battery, and the charge time is approximately 5 hours. So with a 5-hour charge, you're gonna get 6 hours of run time. Now, the cool thing about having a battery this big and a runtime that long is that you can actually have it run for several days. And what I mean by that is using its AI timer. So with the AI timer, you can set regular pool cleanings. And what I mean by that is you can set it for a 24, a 48, or a 72-hour cleaning. So every 24 hours, it'll go ahead and vacuum the pool again. Maybe you want it to set it for every 3 days. So you set the 72-hour mark. Every 3 days, this thing is going to run and get the pool nice and clean. This is going to allow you to maybe have it run throughout the week. And then after the battery starts getting low, pull it out, charge it up, stick it back in, you're off and running again. Now, I mentioned earlier how iGarden stripped away a lot of just useless fluff features. But even after that, this pool vacuum still can give you full coverage. So this isn't something that's just gonna be doing your pool floors. We're also getting the ability for it to cover the walls and the water line too. I know that when we've got leaves and dust and things blowing in, that water line can get pretty dirty. This thing is going to take care of that and make sure that is all cleaned up. So you're getting full coverage across your pool, steps, odd shaped pools, round pools, square flat edges, it covers all of it. Now, if you do have heavy debris in your pool, here in Southern California, occasionally we will have our wildfire season. And when that happens and the winds kick up, man, that really gets the pool dirty and it puts a lot of stuff into the bottom of the pool, things that may need a more heavy duty clean. And for that, they have got turbo mode. Like I mentioned before, turbo mode is going to be over 200% more suction than the regular mode out of there. It is gonna drain the battery life a little bit faster, but you're gonna be able to suck up all of that heavy debris at the bottom of the pool. This will also give you better coverage around edges and corners and improve cleaning around seams and drains, which is less manual work for you. Now with the K60, we're getting a 3D S-shaped path navigation. Now with other pool cleaners out there, there are a lot of different patterns that you can do for cleaning your pool. N shape and F shape and L shape and A shape and Q shape. Well, with this one right here, we are getting the best path navigation, and that is the S shape navigation. The other ones seem to be a lot of marketing fluff, but that is not what we're getting with this one. This one is going to be going around in an S shape pattern, getting every inch of your pool in a more organized management. And this is really going to help make it more efficient. Now, when getting a new device, I know a lot of people may be concerned with the longevity of the actual device. How long is it gonna last? Is it really that good? Well, iGarden wants to make you feel totally secure with that, so they are providing a 3-year warranty with this. That is going to give you long-term peace of mind in case something does go wrong. This is gonna help you avoid any unexpected costs, help prevent surprise repairs or replacement expenses, and they do have 24/7 customer service. Okay, so now that we've gone over the features with the K60, let's go ahead and dive into the app and quickly show you some of the settings you're getting in there. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the features in the app. We've got our pool vacuum right here that we can see the tab on. If I click on that, it's going to load it up. Up at the top, we have got our battery percentage showing that it's online, the vacuum itself, and then down below, we've got some options. So first option that we see here is the turbo button. I can turn that on and off. That is going to increase our suction by the over 200%. Next to that, we have got our modes. So the modes are going to be floor only, walls and floor. We've also got walls and waterline, and then we've got our multi-zone, which is just gonna be covering everything with the different zones in here. Next up, we have got our working time. So for working time, you can see it's set for an hour and a half. This is how long the vacuum is going to run before it shuts itself down. So we've got an hour and a half runtime. You can adjust that depending on how long you want it to run. Below that, we have got our start run if we want to get it started, and then we've got our per day. So for here, we can set it how often we want it to run with that AI scheduling. You could turn this off completely if you don't want to use it, but we have got 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days. So that is going to have it run, say, every 48 hours. It'll kick off, run again, and then it'll go ahead and go back into standby mode after that hour and a half runtime. Now, up in the top right corner, we have got a button for our settings. Here is where we're going to be able to rename the pool cleaner at the very top. If you want to do that, you can see your device information, offline notifications. We've also got at the very bottom here our device updates. So right here it says no available updates. Be sure to go in there and check your firmware updates. So you want to make sure that the device is fully up to date with its firmware. That way you know that you're going to be getting the best experience possible with the device. All right, now let's pull out that basket and see everything that it picked up. Not only did we get those rocks picked up, but it picked up a lot of other debris that it just found sitting on the bottom of the pool. Everything got trapped here in the basket. Now I just need to take a hose, hose everything out, get rid of it, clean it out, nice and clean again. We'll put it back into the pool cleaner and it's off and running again. Now, something to keep in mind is that once the pool vacuum goes underwater, you lose all communication with it. So the water is not going to allow you to use the app anymore. You can't recall it up to the surface. You can't really communicate with it at all once it's in the water. So do keep that in mind. When it is done vacuuming, it'll kind of go up into a corner or to the side and just stop right there. If you do have that AI schedule set and turned on, it will run every few days, whatever you have it set to. When you do need to get it out, you will need that hook. So make sure you put that hook on the end of the pole, go ahead and hook it to the front, pull it out, you can get it charged up. Once it is out of the water, you can connect it to the app, make any changes that you want through the app. But that is something to keep in mind. You do need to pull it out manually with that pole, or, if it's shallow enough, you can just, go in the water and get it yourself. Now, after spending quite a bit of time with this pool vacuum, trying it out, putting it through its paces, and like we mentioned earlier, this thing is kind of a stripped down version. So what we're getting out of it is a pool cleaner that essentially just cleans the pool. It's going to clean the floors, the walls, the water line, but that's really all you need with a pool vacuum. Every few days or weeks, you're going to go ahead, pull it out, clean it up, put it right back in, and you're off and running. At its current price point for what you're getting, I think this is a great deal right here. I also want to mention too, this is the K60. There's also a K80 version out there. The only difference with that is it's got a bigger battery inside. So it looks the same, has all the same features, it's just gonna have a bigger battery. Instead of only running 6 hours, it's gonna run for 8 hours. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and check that out. That's for the K80 version. Anyway, if you guys want to know more about this product, be sure to check the links in the description. If you have any questions about it, leave it in the comments below. I will do my best to get back to you. If this video is helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.